Trump initially came out saying that he might not go to the meeting with President Putin because he was so concerned about what had happened in Ukraine and he needed more information. But now we've had the Russian side actually coming out and naming a date, December the 1st, as when the meeting will happen, saying it is scheduled. Also listing the agenda, saying it will include North Korea, Syria, the Iran nuclear deal, the INF nuclear treaty. So I think the Russians are trying to calm things down, pin that date down and say it is going to happen. But there's no doubt that the Ukraine maritime clash has complicated things here because the US accuses Russia of aggression because its ships shot at and captured 3 Ukrainian vessels which were sailing near its territory. Ukraine, of course, denies that it's done anything wrong, but Russia says it was in the right, that it didn't break any laws. Dmitry Peskov, President Putin's spokesman, saying he disagreed with the US. But here's what President Trump had to say on it earlier.
We do not like what's happening either way. We don't like what's happening, and hopefully it'll get straightened out. I know Europe is not, they are not thrilled. They're working on it too. We're all working on it together.
So that tension on that particular issue is really going to make things a little more difficult, particularly when they have the big issue of the INF nuclear treaty to talk about. That is the landmark Soviet-US nuclear treaty limiting medium-range missiles, seen as a cornerstone of strategic stability. President Trump says he wants to drop out, but President Putin is going to try to go in and salvage it. At the moment, the odds don't seem good because President Trump seems set on his way, saying he's going to formalize his dropout. So President Putin says all the options are on the table, but a lot now hangs in the balance at this meeting. If it does happen, it certainly will be crunch talks. Dan Ashby, CGTN, Moscow.